We're back again in the gym with Jim. I hope y'all are doing well. It's been a minute since I sat down on this lovely couch and recorded something, but I've had a few thoughts that I really want to share. Quick update. Things have been going well, man. I've been picking up the stuff. I'm picking up the things that I need to make sure that I can bring forward the best product. I'm very excited. The feedback's been extremely heartwarming. It keeps me going a lot of days. It's been not a challenge because I do want to do it, but you're still fighting with yourself of just sitting in front of a camera and doing the whole setup thing, and sometimes even feeling behind, like you're behind the eight ball. Given that a lot of your peers or people are doing something similar in the space. Also with age, I'm not saying I'm some grandpa. I'm definitely unk. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely unk age. So like, I'm older. So starting this now feels like, I don't know, something I should have done a long time ago. But I will not let that hold me up. And it's not like I'm doing what I want to do. And I really do want to do this. And I really do want to have these conversations, which I'm very, very excited about. I have some stuff locked in already. I have a space. I have this space. I have another space. Things are really, really coming together. The people, my circle are extremely helpful. And they give me tips and they've reached out and I've reached out and it's just been great. But that's not what I'm here to talk about. That's not what I'm talking about. I want to talk about a few things. One, I want to talk about starting. And as we get older, we decide to prioritize different things. And oftentimes, the things that we prioritize are directly related to, advancement at work. Very, very important. Getting work, starting a family, getting a partner, and then taking those steps. And while all those things are happening in ecosystem of life, we tend to push off things that, bring us joy. We push off things that give us an outlet, and we push off things that got us to where we are. For me, since I'm talking to y'all, for me, some of the stuff on the chase that you had to give up was just, first of all, you had to adapt to your surroundings, and obviously, I was Jim everywhere I went. I am myself. I stayed myself. I think that's what other people can tell you. But while that's happening, you have to push off some things you really want to do. You have to prioritize what you deem to be important and what's going to take you where you got to get to. And you should never stop doing that. But on that chase, this chase of life, man, it gets so rough. Like, it gets so hard. And life is hard enough without us, like ourselves, getting at ourselves and making it harder for us to succeed or push forward or, chase these dreams. Um, life is hard enough without us being hard on ourselves. Like a lot of times, man, we really just have to start, whatever that is. I've been in a conversation with, my friends, as friends usually do talk about whatever else. And one of the things that we talk about a lot is just health and wellness. I want to be around for a long time. I personally don't have any kids, and I hope I do have kids in the near future, but I would hope that I can be around for the kids and the people who love me, more importantly. So now, obviously, I'm in the gym and I'm active, and I've been active for a long time. And I didn't do the best at taking care of me during those times. I'll get on the court and I'll just go without stretching. I'll get into the gym and right to the deadlifts with 3-4 plates, and I'm up to it, or squatting or whatever the case may be, and doing these movements to look like I can lift heavy. I mean, I can lift the weights, but lifting it incorrectly, ego lifting, if you will, and doing all these things and having all these minor aches and pains and injuries that you never take care of. And you grow and you grow, and then 30 hits you, and all of a sudden these aches and pains you never took care of really start hitting you. So now currently, I've learned I have small tears in my knee, um, that haven't healed properly, so it's built up calcium. So I have to do a lot of rehab and strengthening, especially this knee, strengthening around the left knee, to ensure I'm better from myself, and I can move and I can jump and I can continue to play the sport I love. But not only that, I can get in and out of the car. I can run around with the kids that I coach. I can get out of bed or sit down or sit up without wincing and being in pain. Like, those are the things that I'm thinking about, aside from just being able to shoot a basketball really well, which I can do really well, by the way, if you didn't know. So there's that. I have pain in my lower back that makes it hard for me to get in and out of the bed sometimes, or again in and out of the car, just to tie your shoes or to put on your socks. Like, these small things that I didn't think about when we were just running around and being young, wild, and free, as people would say. Now, all these things I should have taken care of earlier, I didn't, and now I have to relearn and fix these things that I, fingers crossed, can fix and adapt. Even another point, for people who do or don't know myself well, I have nerve damage in my left arm, which I'll go into more another time. But I'm the German left arm, so my left arm and my right arm just aren't the same length. It's just not. So I'm still able to do a lot of things that I can do. I deadlift, and I use to deadlift straight off the floor. So I have long legs, and I use to deadlift from straight off of the floor. So, the regular standard deadlifting motion, and I'm here and I'm here, and I'm trying to lift, and if I'm just straight and my back is locked in, everything is where it should be, it's just not the same reach. So I'm there twisting like this to compensate, and I'm pulling, but I'm not getting the same distance. So now I'm pulling on this side, which means this part of my body is turned, and I'm pulling for so long, for years, because I didn't have someone who looked like me. I don't mean color, I mean literally looked like me, that was doing kind of the same things or going through the same struggles. Or maybe they were, I just didn't know what to look for. But I haven't found my people with the same kind of nerve damage to the point where they still have mobility, but it's not the same length too often, that run into the same issues. So I was doing things based on what I've seen. The same way I learned how to hoop by watching, D Wade, and learn to shoot from watching like Ray Allen or Allen Iverson or Steve Francis and all these people that you try to emulate your craft after. When you get into the gym, you have people who go to the gym and you're like, okay, I can do this, I can do that. This is how you do this, this is how you do that. And it really took having conversations with people who were attempting to understand, the human body and how it works and look at it for real, to give me the insight of how I could fix and adjust these things, which is another reason why I really want to start this. Not because of literally being in the gym, but just being able to do what you need to do and adjust to your normal, right? Like, my normal is, I understand that when I'm in the gym and I'm deadlifting, I have to raise a little bit higher. I got to get a lot lower. I have to do the over and under. I might need like the hook. I don't think I spoke about it on this specific platform, but you have the clap you put over your wrist, and then for me, I have one that goes to my left hand and it's metal, so now I'm able to hold heavier weights, which is also an issue because as much as I train my, as much as I train it, I just don't have the same strength level. I just can't squeeze the same. I can squeeze, I can feel, I can do everything, but like I can't make the same kind of fits. Sometimes I can't do. So, being able to adjust and figure out like what I can do to ensure that I can still get the body that I want, get the look that I want, get the lifts that I want. Furthermore, when I'm on the ball court, people always ask like, how do you do it? I'm like, I don't know, bro. I've only done it one way for 33 years, and like I don't know. I don't have an answer. The kid would ask me today how I do. I don't know. I would just say step on there and figure it out. Because a funny thing about all this is that when when I was starting anything, hooping, basketball, work, whatever, even when I was younger, I would always try to hide who I was, and how I would try to hide the nerve damage. Like, back in the day, we used to wear a lot of backpacks. So I would just literally tuck my arm in my backpack like this, and we just walk around all the time. And that's how I talk. Yup, it's good. In the parties, yup, I'm good. Da, da, da. In class, like that's how I would make it so it wasn't a conversational piece because I hated when I don't hate being the center of attention. I hate being the center of attention for that specific reason. When someone wants to talk to me because they want to Q&A me about this and what that is or whatever. Also, I don't want people to feel like they can't ask questions about that because that is me. That is a part of who I am, and I've gotten much more comfortable with it. And it helped when you're playing sports and people on the other side just don't care about what's going on, and they're making these comments and they're doing these things. Like, you have to be able to. For me, I had to be able to adjust, learn, play through it, and not argue with people about it because they were right. They said you couldn't go. They're yelling, you can't go left. Probably right. I can score going left, but I can't finish. With my left, for example. You can't do this, you can't do that. Like when I was buying suits, I have to adjust the suits, right? So, but I wouldn't get it tailored because again, I didn't want to be different. I really never want to be different for that reason. For this reason, I had no issue being a different person, maybe a little more boisterous, a little more out there. He's funny, he's this, he's that. Like, but I didn't want to be different for this. I don't want to be different because the way I look. I don't want to be different. I don't want to be different because the person on the other side is viewing me as different. Because I don't view myself as different. Um, and and back to the suit thing. When I was wearing suits for a very long time, I never got them tailored. So I would just keep rolling them up, and you keep rolling them up. You get them baggy, you keep rolling them up, and then that doesn't give you the look you want when you get in. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't give you like that same confident look. So now you start tailoring your stuff, and then to piggyback off that, I was so uncomfortable, or maybe not uncomfortable is the word. I was, I'd be bothered when people would tell me like what it looks like to them, because in my head everything looks the exact same. Textbook, like how you would teach somebody to choose what I'm doing. You couldn't tell me otherwise. And someone reenact my shot, I'm like, yo, that doesn't look the way I would do it. So for a really long time, I wouldn't watch back any videos of I wouldn't watch back any videos. I wouldn't take videos. I wouldn't. I definitely wouldn't post anything. Like I wouldn't do none of that. Like anything that shows my shot on the left side, I wouldn't post. Anything that showed me like standing up, because sometimes I have a tendency to like this stand like I don't know with my arm kind of bent. I wouldn't post those. I would trap my hands in my pockets. I don't know, have my hand on my belt, which not a good idea. Um, I would have my arms crossed, like anything that would take attention away of the looking there, I would do, and the thing that would make me comfortable with being able to speak or interact and talk to new people, like I would do it, and it made it difficult for a while, like to go out and do things, even though I was very out there and active. Like for people who know me, it was it took it took a lot to get um, to that specific point. But I mean, we're here now, and it's exciting to share more and get into it. And one of the things that even the reason why I turned this camera for today is because I want more people to start things. And what I mean is I want people to start doing things for them. And people, we as people, only doesn't necessarily mean be selfish and punt your other goals. It doesn't mean add things in for yourself that makes you happy. Because on this grind of life, on this chase to do whatever we need to do, we can't just be like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna be unhappy for 20 years, and then suddenly when I retire, I'm suddenly gonna be the happiest version of myself. That's I can't speak to it, but I have enough people around me, kind of in that stage of life, say, no, that's just not the case. That doesn't work. You don't suddenly turn on your happiness and it's like, yeah, that's what I've been yearning for. I don't think that's the case. And even if that was the case, why would you want to do that? Why would you want to put yourself through that? You not being happy within yourself or some of the choices that you made only have a negative reflection on the people around you. You know, your wife, your husband, your kids, your friends, your family, the people you run into on a day-to-day basis. It just makes it harder for you to be accepted by people if you aren't the version of yourself that you want to present yourself as. Obviously, like the easiest one to look at is like, you know, some people who have over the years have gained weight and got comfortable, and that's just kind of what they want to do, and now they want to get out of it. And I know this because obviously, me being a sports guy and a hooper, I know a lot of hoopers who are now, you know, bigger. They're trying to get out of it, but they have kids now. They got to work. They got to feed their family. They got to feed themselves. You know, they're not feeling too great, so they just kind of stay within that pocket. And getting out of that pocket is really tough because that pocket, when I was in it, it feels like it's still closed. It's always closing in on you. You know, like you'll have a really good week, and then one weekend, one day, one weekend, one meal feels like it can change everything. And I feel as if when we are on this chase to when we're on this chase to make a change, we try to go back to what we know, which is what we knew from when we were 19, 20, 22, 23, 24, when we were playing and we were active every day and we could go out and eat, you know, 3 McDoubles and then go play in a college game and then get back to it because it's fine because you're going to be at practice and then be at conditioning and then hit the gym and then you'd be outside and you'd be active. And then once that ends and you stop being so active and your body adjusts to its new normal, but you haven't adjusted to your body, now you get into this place where, you know, the stuff you were eating that didn't bother you much now is really bothering you. Now you can feel the weight and you can feel the change. And then it becomes like, yo, forget it. I gotta, you know, I don't have time to cook in the morning, or I don't have time to make lunch. I don't have time to make dinner after work because after work I gotta take care of XYZ, or I gotta go to this shift, or I have to finish this, or now you're working 2 jobs to do this because you gotta ensure that your bills are paid. Like, and I get it and I hear it and I hear it. But once you're on that, you know, um, once you're on that track, it's really, really hard to get out of, man. It really is. And then getting back into it when you're uncomfortable with yourself is, again, difficult. You have a bunch of people who, quote unquote, been doing this for a long time, and it's intimidating. It's a new space. It's a new era. You are not who you are not. You have to first realize or accept that you aren't who um, you are anymore. So you're not that person, and then you have to also um, add to the fact that you have to be a new person, but you kind of want to be like what you were. You want to be in that playing way. There's a lot of people after you tell you, I want to be in that playing way. I want to be what I was when I was playing, but you're not playing. You know, like you're not. And you have to accept um, that you aren't. You have to get to a comfortable weight for yourself. You know, like a lot of sports people, athletes, or again people in general, just have to be able to get back to have to be able to get to a place that they're comfortable with, and it's it's tough, man. It's tough. It's tough. It's tough to start. It's tough to start in the gym again. It's tough to start that business. It's tough to start that social media page and post once a day for 100 days. It's tough to go back out there after you lost your job and try to find a new one. It's tough to go out there and date again. Like it is difficult. There is nothing that you're gonna start that is gonna be easy. It's it's not. It's not. It's hard to find time to binge a show that you really like. It is. You want to binge a show, but you have this going on and that's going on, and you know, your phone's blinking off. But you gotta find like small pockets to do. Like it's all to me. The way I look at it is those things that you really want to do or you really need to do. It's all kind of the same starting point, and they all into the same issues. So if you can find time to watch, you know, the new Love Is Blind, all 6 episodes, but you suddenly can't find time to do something for yourself, like get into the gym or, you know, pick up a new hobby and do that, or read, or record a video, cut it, and then post it. Like, then I don't know. Then it's kind of where your priorities lie, you know. And then it comes, what is your priority, and what do you really want to accomplish? So, man, that was a lot. That was a lot. I didn't mean to go into all that, but you'll understand what I'm kind of getting at. And I just like doing these videos because I want people to understand how kind of what and where we're going with this. Fuck. I'm excited, man. This is good. Yeah. So I appreciate y'all, whoever listened to this whole thing. More is coming. More conversations coming. More compact conversations are coming. This is just the beginning. The, how you say, not the throwaway, because nothing here is a throwaway. The files, the things we're going to keep around. These are here. We're going to do more of this. And I appreciate y'all for being here. And this is Jim from In the Gym with Jim. And we out. That's 21.